Hello and welcome to my channel, Modelmaking Trucker. Today we are continuing with the 1/32 scale HK Lancaster. Been getting a few comments over this over the past week saying how big it's going to be and this, that and the other. The actual wingspan for the model itself is not in the instructions. There we go. It's 972 millimeters wingspan and 664 millimeter in length. So yes, it is going to be one huge model. So before we get started, let's go through the chat, see who's here. First in was Model Officer James. Yay, I'm first. You was. Then we had my lovely wife, Dexterous Crafter, saying hi James, welcome. And then we had Athol in, afternoon, both the Lewis family. And then Athol saying, must be a delay between Scotland and England, took all of 30 seconds. I think that was less time than what it took for Nat to comment yesterday. Then we got Scaly Models, or Mike or Dad, saying afternoon James, Nat, Lewis and Athol. Athol saying sorry to say was up early, but not for the loo. Bleeding pigeons woke me up. And then Mike saying how come they were bleeding. And then Athol just saying attacked by seagulls or crows for making too much noise. Yes, I think my kids could have been attacked this morning for making too much noise. And then at MT, I think that picture of the Lancaster is wrong, as it seems to be dropping a £500 bomb and several £200 bombs, which I feel is impossible. I have no idea, Athol. It's the box art. Yeah. We've got School Fishing saying hi Lewis, hi chat. I'm not even going to attempt to say how Fox and Chris does because I just can't. So let's go over to the bench and see where we are at. So we've got the main bits of our cockpit all made up. None of it's stuck together yet. I have primed it, but I've not actually done any painting of it just yet. So this is just primed in the Mr. Hobby primer, and the bits where the photo etch was on, which you can't actually see very well. There's a piece of photo etch on the back there, and there has been primed with the Mr. Hobby Mr. Metal Primer R. Yeah, I just find trying to prime the photo etch, you touch it and instantaneously the paint comes off. So we got just come into the chat, Model Making Mayhem, Andy, Inspector Morse mode, Lewis. I still haven't seen Inspector Morse. I can remember it as a kid, but I've never actually watched it. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to get the rest of it painted up in the Tamiya Cockpit Green XF71. Now there is another one. I did have it out. Mr. Hobby does a cockpit green, and looking at the two, there's quite a big difference in colour. Now I've done some looking on photos, and it seems to be the lighter green that is used. So sticking with photos, we will continue with the Tamiya. If you can hear the noise in the background, it's just the compressor for the airbrush going off. If it's too bad, I will stop the compressor and the airbrushing, and we will look at building something else up instead. So, and differently to how I do my live streams to Nat, I'm not going to sit there and say, can you hear me? You just let me know in chat if the sound and picture and everything's okay. That would be much appreciated. I'll appreciate muchly. So take that. I just need to don a very fetching glove. Now the reason I wanted to do this on camera was because my youngest brother has just decided to get into the hobby, and he's got a rattle can for a car that he's doing. And because he's never done any spraying or anything like that, I just want to give him a quick show of basically how to do it. Not that I'm saying in any way, shape or form I know myself this will probably end badly. Or let me just get a piece of paper just so I don't get paint on the cutting mat or anything. So, how is everyone after the weekend? Another Sunday's epic live stream, marathon of live streams, and Nat and myself did do the Sunday frolics last night, which was quite amusing. I think I'm going to start changing the name of that to Learn to Talk for the Northerners. Well, Northerner for Nat. Bless her, she does have some difficulty with some of the long words that you put in chat. Let's just have a quick look at the chat, see where we're at. So we've got everyone saying hi to Andy, and Andy saying hi to everyone else. We've got Andy saying, Dad, blue. And then Dad having a wibble. Andy's in for a bit, quiet spell at work. Well, you stop as long as you can. Don't get yourself in trouble. Just bear with me 30 seconds. Sorry about that, guys. I just had to take a quick phone call. Basically just to tell me what time I'm starting in the morning. So we've got Shane Young's in. Afternoon, Lewis and everyone. Hope you're all okay. Yep, we're doing just dandy, as good as we can be with 2 kids off school for the afternoon. I hope you and Glynis are doing well and your back's not giving you any more trouble. Athol, your compressor is quiet versus mine, which makes enough racket it can wake the neighbours. Yeah, I did have a really noisy one, but it kept waking the kids up, so it had to get changed quite promptly. Everyone just saying hi to Shane, and then Shane saying hi to everyone else. We are fine, thanks. Glynis has gone for a coffee with her friend and she's having a good day. Well, that's nice to know, Shane. That's really nice to know. Yep, so we've caught up with chat. So let me just do a bit more on this. So I want to try and do as much of this on camera as I possibly can in the live streams, and not actually do any off the live stream, which is quite hard, I find, because it's so tempting to just pull it out of the box and make a start on it. Trouble is, I sit there for hours and hours and it'll basically all be done and you won't get to see any of it. Popped into the models for Hero stream this morning, or at 12 o'clock, which was really good to see them guys getting on. And I know James is making a paper model on there, and it's amazing to see these paper models. You know, they look as good as these plastic ones. You look at them and you won't be able to tell that they're actually paper. They're brilliant. I myself haven't got the time or patience to attempt one. Well, I don't think I've got the skill level either, to be honest. He says, making a Lancaster this big. So I'm just getting the base colour down on this. We're going to go over it and pick out the details. I just want to make sure everything is completely covered. I always find, I don't know what other people think, I always find that I stick bits together, then I get to spraying it like this, and I think, oh, maybe I shouldn't have put that bit on there. Quick look back at chat. So we got Athel saying, so Nat, what is for dinner tonight? All round to yours. Yep, you're more than welcome to come round to ours, Athel. I won't be cooking. Well, true, Dad. And someone show Lewis the Morse clip shouting Lewis. Yeah, I will look into it at some point. Not sure yet, Athel. Either spicy rub pork chops or sausages. Depends on what context the sausages are in. We've got Eric Graham in saying hi all. Hi Eric. Nice to hear that you're out of hospital, buddy. You get yourself better and keep safe, mate. Yeah, so yeah, it depends on what sausages as well now. For your reduced fat ones, I think I'll take a pass. Got an image to uphold being a lorry driver. But if it's proper Lincolnshire sausages, you can't beat Lincolnshire. This kit, it's a lovely kit. It's going together really well. But the only thing I find disappointing is how it was packaged. It's literally just come in a box. It's full of plastic, but none of the little bits, little parts are protected or anything like that. It's literally all in individual bags and then just put into the box, which I find quite disappointing, bearing in mind the kit is like 350 quid. You know, you look at like Trumpeter's packaging, even some like especially Tamiya ones, things like that, they're all protected with foam and everything, and whatnot. And whereas this one just isn't, they're just in bags. And it's like, why wouldn't you take the time just to package it properly, just to protect it? So we got doing good, feeling a lot better. Good. Pleased to hear it, Eric. Eric said, she said, rub sausages. Yes, I'm not going to go any further with that one. I'm back. Bloody boss called me as you went live. Don't worry about it, James. I'm not going to keep you here under, tie you down and make sure you watch it. It's fine. If the boss needs you, then the boss needs you. I mean, I don't have that trouble with, obviously, with me being the boss. Come on, Lewis, you can't be that bad as burn sausages. After all, you did say on camera you taught her to cook. I did teach her to cook, but even still, you know what? I'm not going to say any more on that one. James saying, sorry, slimming sausages. What possible reason? I don't need them. That's all I'm going to say. I don't need them. I thought when I was classed as a carer to my mum, I was told by the DHSS I had not worked for 22 years. Then I decked him. Okay. For slimming purposes, James needs to lose the extra lockdown weight. Yeah, but in all fairness, Nat, you don't work. Well, you work. You're at home with the kids. Okay, fine. I get that. But you don't go out to work. So you're on permanent lockdown, in essence. If it was packaged right, you would pay a tenner more, right? Yeah, you know what? I would actually pay an extra tenner just for the nice packaging, you know, just to protect it, so you know that none of it's going to get damaged while you either in storage or transport or anything like that. I don't think that would let me pay £10 extra, but Model Making Mayhem. Hello, James at Model Officer. You recovered from Saturday night. Saturday night. Oh, yes. No, we won't go there. James saying, don't eat sausages if you need to lose weight. Yeah. Shane, if caring is for someone is classed as not working, then they need to have a go at it. At Athel. Yeah, I've always said I will take my hat off to anyone that does caring or anything like that, because do you know what? I probably couldn't do it. It's I could probably do it for, well, I do it for the kids and for Nat, you know, I'm a carer for them, sort of. But yeah, I don't think I could do it as a job, to be honest. Heck, due to lockdown, I've lost weight. That's nice to know. Just be on permanent lockdown, Graham. Eric. Yes. So no doubt Nat will ask some questions in chat. But well, if anyone else has got any questions in chat, fire away. I can't say I'll be able to answer them. But they say women know everything, so ask Nat questions and she'll be able to answer it. She thinks she's the fountain of all knowledge. I think that's the last bit of green that I need as well. Yeah, a bit more, and I need a little bit more just to finish these bits off. See, I got the paper out just so I could put my little cocktail sticks down. Thought I was missing some bits. I put everything, put my paper on top of all my spare bits. There we go. So we got James saying, I like veggie sausages. What, they're not sausages? No, they're not. Nat, why black gloves? We're making his hands look thinner. Yeah, I'm not commenting. I thought all women think that, so all women think that, so my advice is test their knowledge. How to change a tyre when it's hammering down on the side of the motorway. Yeah, good point, except Nat knows how to change a tyre. Oh, question, where and what? Where are you based and what are you currently working on? The where bit is for Nat to find somewhere to go on holiday, I think. Well, due to hoarding of others, I didn't get my memo till late. So yeah, plus the fact I wash limos and buses for a living, I've lost nearly £20. You washed limos? I used to do like car washing, not car washing, it was like valeting for showrooms and things like that years ago. So we've got Eric's at the great state of Indiana, currently working on me. Yep, that's probably the best thing for you to do at the moment, buddy. You look after yourself and get yourself better, mate. And we got model officer from Hertfordshire, UK, and working on fitting into my mankind. I think I know what you're getting at. I think you should don that for the Saturday night crash. Athol, Aberdeen, Scotland, 11 floors up in a skyscraper and on bench, still Wilton. Aberdeen, Scotland. Well, I do like Scotland. I'm going down to Kent tomorrow though. And Shane Lowestoft, Suffolk, and putting the remainder of the decals on the Italieri 124 Audi Quattro rally car. Ooh. I don't think I've seen any pictures of that though, Shane. You put pictures up, buddy. So my little brother's just started his MG. Don't ask me which one it is. I have no idea. It's red. We went to the model shop at Spalding, Mason's Models, where I got this kit from. Going in there, he wanted me to kit him out with everything he needed. And yeah, he come out with majority of the stuff. I said there is probably going to be a few extra bits that you're going to need, but you can pick them up along the way. But hopefully, I think he's enjoying it. He's certainly enjoying the building side. I think he's a bit like me. I prefer the building as to the painting. But having said that, the idea of an airbrush has passed his mind. So he might start looking at an airbrush. Oh, so Dexterous Crafter is from Skegness. She's not actually from Skegness, she's from Wainfleet, the village of Wainfleet. But she likes to say Skegness. Don't know why. So she's from Skegness and a knitted hedgehog. Is that thing that you put up on the channels now? Is that a hedgehog? I wouldn't have guessed. I'll put some up, Lewis. The MG is a MGB GT kit. Yeah, it definitely says MGB. I don't know who it's by. but he's enjoying it. He's hitting a few snags and a few problems. I think he's got some paint, some of the Ammo by MIG paint, and he's just hitting a few snags with one of them being a bit watery. But he'll get there. Lewis, the trick to getting a great shine on model cars is pray them, then send them smooth, lacquer them, and then put a level of the colour to finish. Yeah, it's just, I find it's a lot of hard work, and because I'm not keen on the painting side of it, it's like I'll do that. I'll do the first bit, I'm presuming is to prime them, and then I do that bit and I get bored. It's like I just want to put the colour on, and then I clear coat it, gloss it over top, and then just leave it. And it's like, well, that's not how I wanted it. I think that's why I like doing the battleships and aircraft, because the majority matte. So we've got, it will be a hedgehog-ish. How do you get an ish of a hedgehog? Shane, I prefer to build. Painting is such a faff, but has to be done. The MG is Airfix. I'm not. I don't know. I'll ask him. So we've got Mark scale models in. That's saying afternoon. Oh, afternoon, Mark. And people saying afternoon. Now. Oh, we got Mike from Cheshire. I am at. That's right, because you're a Manchester City supporter, aren't you, Mike? I think that's why everyone keeps saying you're a Man City supporter. You'll probably shout at me if I'm wrong. It's either Man City or Portsmouth. He likes the colour blue. Yes, but yes, Lewis, yellow primer on all aircraft is a satin coat, so therefore somewhat shiny. Yeah, but I don't need to do like all the lacquers and everything. Oh, Skelly model, see ya. Sorry, mate, I didn't mean it. No, I don't actually know. I don't know whether it's Man United or Liverpool. So I'm not going to say any more because you'll just shout at me and tell me where to go. So we've done them bits in the interior green. So we've got all of them done up in the green. We're going to do these ones in a black, I believe. So we've got Mike will be sweating if Man City get thrown out the league for the next 2 years. And then Mike saying, oh no, I won't, Athel. And then Mike saying Liverpool, and Nat confirming, well, shout at me, it's Liverpool. Yes, they won something just recently, didn't they, Liverpool? Didn't they win like a league or something? I can't remember. I do not follow football at all. Before this lockdown stuff come in, my brothers would go round to each other's houses and watch football. And it would be like Oh, Lewis, do you want to come? I went once, sat there reading all the billboards off the side of the pitch, and they've not asked me since. Don't know why, but some of them was quite interesting. I hope I'm doing all this on camera. Move that up a bit. Probably move them off. So all I'm literally doing is doing the base coat, getting the main colour down, and then I can come back and do the detail after. I know most of you, well, majority of you know the process and everything. But if those of you who are in chat or watching this back don't actually know, that is how I do it. I'm not saying it's right, but it works for me. Look, Mike saying can't get the staff A nap. No. And then Mike saying they've practically won everything this season. Is that because of all this lockdown, they didn't actually have to play, so they felt sorry for them? And that's saying he's useless, Mike, when it comes to football. Yeah. Lewis, your football knowledge is breathtaking. Well, thank you very much, James. Yes, Lewis, took them 30-odd years after they won it first time round. What did they win? Was it the league? Was I right in saying they won the league? If you want a shiny finish, Lewis, use the Tamir TS sprays. They are great. Yeah, that's what I got. My brother, who's a red TS 86, I think it was. So I'm certainly going to look into it and see. I told him to hang it off the washing line to spray it outside. Breathtaking his knowledge is kind of like the ladies down the pier when they see him in his budgie smugglers. Yeah, well, they would be shocked, you know, having like my ripped body walking down the pier, you know. Now all I can hear is the theme to the Liverbirds, Andy. Liverbird. I've not heard the Liverbirds. I thought Aberdeen FC playing red, but not in the same class. Are they above Liverpool then, Athol? Right, back to recording, and I'll be back when I'm editing. Oh, on the other hand, I may not be back. Oh, that's not, no, you've got to come back, Mike. They won the Premier League, Lewis, is what you're referring to. Thank you. They won the Premier League. And then James is speechless. Yep, they certainly would be. I don't mind. It'd be like a scene out of Baywatch. Not with like that come across so wrong. Yeah. Who is it in? Who's the bloke? Played Knight Rider. Oh, Hoffman, isn't it? Yeah, I'd look like him out of the scene of Baywatch. That's what I think, anyway. Looks good in my mind. Oh, might say no one is above Liverpool except for Scotland. No, Lewis. Aberdeen play in the Scottish League, not the Premier League. There we go. Thank you, Mike. David Hasselhoff. No. Me and my budgie smugglers running down the pier. It'd be like a scene out of Baywatch with me being David Hasselhoff. That's what I like to think anyway. There we go. So, James, if your comment was about a mankini, you can wear the mankini on the Saturday night crash on Saturday, and I'll be like David Hasselhoff. Michael Knight is the Hoff, but modern Baywatch is the Rock. Yeah, but the old Baywatch used to be David Hasselhoff. And that's the one I used to watch as a kid. You know, I used to watch it because it was all like, it was good. You know, I didn't watch it for anything else. No, not Baywatch. More like Coronaverse in a car home. Oh, care home. You see, Mike knew what James meant. I didn't. I look quite fetching and looking like David Hasselhoff. I always remember as a kid, used to love that car kit. Always wanted one. There's actually been over a few years. I don't know whether they live around here or whether they're visitors, but see it quite a few times. Someone's done up the car to look like kit. Again, I don't know what car it was, but it was all done up properly, everything like that. They also had a proper American police car as well. You often see it in Skeg. And then Athel just saying, yes, Dolly Bird's like Pamela Anderson. She changed her name though, didn't she, Pamela Anderson? Did she get married or divorced or what? And then changed her name. They were the good old days. And then I grew up and reality kicked in. Well, I didn't actually grow up, to be honest. Still working on that bit. Growing up's overrated, I think. So we'll get this bit painted up. We've got 11 people watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Anyone you watch, give them a thumbs up and subscribe to them if you're not already. It does help everyone on the YouTubes out. It is greatly appreciated. It's always nice to see when you've got so many thumbs up and likes. But on the flip of that, if you don't like what you see, fine, give them a thumbs down. Just take a minute just to explain why you've given them thumbs down. Just if there's anything they can improve on or do differently for next time. You know, I mean, especially me, I'm still learning all of this. So all like your camera and your mics, lighting, microphones, everything, I'm learning it all. So it is really appreciated if you give me some feedback. I mean, I've got the YouTube channel, not YouTube, Facebook page, that's it, Modelmaking Trucker Group. If you want to pop over there and join, that's perfectly fine. Drop me a message, private message on Facebook, just say, look, you could have probably done this better, done it differently, everything like that. Just give me a bit of feedback. Never too proud to take advice. The Liverbirds was a 1970s comedy. The liver sounds the same as fiver in the Liverbirds on Liverpool Town Hall. Okay, that's cleared it up. Have you watched Kev T and Scotty yet on YouTube, Lewis? The amount of views the trucking videos gets is unbelievable. Not yet. Thank you very much. I will. Now, if you can just write them two down, because obviously I'm in the truck all week, so I will certainly give me something to watch during the week. So yeah, now just make sure you record that for me. After ending her career as a film actress, she went back to her proper name, which I cannot remember. Weren't it something like Pamela Lee? I didn't know she had finished a film actress career. Yes, Dad, if you read the comments on Kev T, you'll see my moniker. Love his videos, Athol and Scott too. I'll certainly watch them. Oh, thank you very much, Mike. I'll link you through on Messenger. Thank you very much. I mean, I'm always, obviously being a lorry driver, you can be sat for quite a long time at some of these depots. Last week I went into one place. I sat there for 3.5 hours and I only had 10 pallets to come off the trailer. Got to another place, walked in, he says, oh, you all roll up at the same time, you lot do. Oh, sorry. He says 2-hour wait minimum. Okay. Said I can either unhook the trailer and sit in my cab, or I can go sit in the little canteen. It's like, well, in the truck I've got coffee, food, got my phone, got the bunk at the back, so I can sit down or lay down and have a kip and whatnot. Said I'll unhook the trailer. Now, unhooking these trailers isn't a quick 2-minute job. It can take probably 5 minutes to unhook a trailer. So I did that, thinking, oh, I'm going to be sat there for 2 hours anyway, so not a problem. Did that, took my keys back in. 30 minutes later, I was done. Like, if I'd known it was that quick, I would have just stayed hooked up and gone into the canteen. But it's like a little gamble, isn't it? Do I unhook or don't I? So now, if Lewis is going to Skeggy dressed such, then you accompany him in a blonde wig and reddish one-piece. Do you know, I would say that wouldn't be very fetching, but I'm being nice. I'm trying my hardest to be a nice person with Nat, and she would make that rock. She really would. There you go, that shocked you, didn't it now? And that's saying, God no, I thought I'll be the sensible one staying home. Why? Kevty is building the Artillery Volvo FH, which he started during his furlong. Now that I will watch. The only thing I find is I wanted to do a truck. This is how exciting my life gets. I want to do the truck that I mostly drive. Now, I don't drive one particular truck. It's we share the trucks. So one week I'll have one truck, next week I'll have a different truck. But I can nearly always guarantee I'll get a Scania. And they have Scania Scania R450s. And I've always wanted to build one of them. But the ones I've seen, they're not the 450s, they're like the space cabs and everything. But they also don't have the tag axle. I know you can get aftermarket parts for them. I know that and I appreciate that. But I don't really, I'm not into the trucks that much to go out and buy the aftermarket parts for it. Yeah, seeing that at Shane, he's lighting it too. It's looking great. Oh, I'm gonna watch that. Is he putting like the proper big spotlights on, or is it just like the normal headlights? Which them ones do look nice. This, Volvos, they have like they're not normal headlights. They're like that, like a tick in essence. Yeah, I do like the Volvos. I drove one. I hadn't passed my test that long for the lorries. Bear in mind, I've only been driving the lorries just over a year, so I am quite new to it all. I hadn't been driving that long, probably about 3 or 4 months. Got to a depot and they says, oh, one of the drivers have been taken into hospital because he's had an accident. He was completely fine. He's sprained his ankle or something. He slipped and twisted his ankle, but he was completely fine. He asked me, oh, can you just move the truck? Now, my office had phoned me up and told me in advance, are you all right just to move the truck? I said, yeah, fine. Bearing in mind, I took my tests in a automatic. I'm allowed to drive manuals because I've got a manual car license. But all the trucks we have work are automatics. So I get into this Volvo. It's got a gear stick. It's like, what do I do with that? There's like 12 gears on it, and it's got high and low selectors. And it's like, no idea what to do. I managed to get it moved forwards. Getting into reverse was a bit different. Another good channel is an Aussie guy driving road trains. Always off-road. He explains about the jobs as well. There was a TV show on that, wasn't there? Outback Truckers. I used to love watching that. Used to quite like Outback Truckers. So we've got all our bits painted up. The base coat put on the mitter, the least. This is going to be a big kit. This is just literally the cockpit. So what I will do just work off a few reference pictures just so I roughly know what sort of colours. Now I'm hoping surely there should be some decals for that. Another good program I used to like watching was I can't remember the name of it. They were like big movers, big blue trucks they had. They moved like no end of big stuff. You know what? I don't actually think there's any decals for the cockpit, you know? That is quite disappointing. I know you can paint all the dials and everything on, but I prefer to use the decals or something. So, in reply to Shane's, another good channel is an Aussie guy driving road trains, all are always off-road. He explains about the job as well. Yeah, and then Athel saying, no, Shane, I cannot abide the Aussie twang. Quite like the Aussie twang, personally. You wouldn't like him then, Athel. His accent is really strong. Yes, so, well, that's a bit disappointing. So I will be having a nice word with my wife about getting an aftermarket part for that. See if she will allow me. So if you say yes, Nat, in chat, and then I've got everyone as witnesses to say yes, you've allowed me to get the aftermarket part for the cockpit detail. It's nothing like being prepared, is there? Just had to grab some paints. So I'm hoping this is going to come out all right. And I think I might have got it the wrong colour as well. When we get to it, I will be painting the seat. Right, that says to paint the seat interior green. But the pictures on Google knows everything. Is interior green. How embarrassing is that? That one's black. That one's black. Sorry about this, guys. It's just trying to find the right colour. That one's black. That one's black with a red padding. That one looks like it's interior green. It's interior green. Yes, so I might have done that the wrong colour. Not to worry. Let's have a quick look back at chat. So also try Mike Pierce, Mountain Man, drawings for quality. There was a 1987. There was a series in 1987 called Truckers. Most of them are on YouTube. Write that one down as well now. Quite right now. After the slagging off he has been giving you of late. I don't slag her off. I'm quite nice to her. But revenge is sweet, as next week it's your turn in the kitchen and him in the lounge. Yeah, we're probably not going to do a live stream next week. Just because I can say that. We'll see. So I might actually change that seat. Not that I'm a perfectionist or anything, because I'm not. Look for a bigger brush. There we go. Yeah, so that's not answered my question about getting the aftermarket. So I'm presuming she's saying yes, and it's fine. So I will be looking at the air scales aftermarket. So if you want to have a quick Google now. I mean, I don't do this for me. I mean, I'm quite happy just to leave it blank, but I know you guys want to see it done properly. So if she says no, she's not letting me down. She's letting everyone that's watching down. Just to make her feel even better. Maybe I should actually get the airbrush out on this. We've got Joe in. Hello, Joe. How you doing? That Spitfire, mate, is looking phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Not a chance you have Titanic. Yeah, but this isn't the Titanic, though, Nat. Them seats are as hard as hell, which is why I use a furry on mine. Wolf throwover. Seats for what? Yeah, it's coming. So Shane, be right back. Just helping Glynis as she's back. Yeah, that's fine, buddy. So I think everyone should just say, nah, let me get the air scales. It's air scale detail set. So we've got 10 people watching now. I've lost someone. Ah, that's probably Shane. You can see my head. I'm sorry. Shout at me. And I will remove it quite quickly from shot. Doing what the kids do. And they were doing their Lego. Sticking their head under camera to see. Here's a question for everyone in chat then. Oh, Joe, doing good here, Nat. Just remember though, if you let Lewis get the photo etch, in reality, he's just punishing himself by having to put it on the kit. Yeah, that's a good take. Yeah, let me get the detail. It's only the cockpit detail, the air scales one for this, just so I've got some dials on to look at. If you let me get that, I'm actually punishing myself. So yeah, okay, something. I think I'm quite nice to you, but you might not. So punishment. Oh, got a place. Think my curry needs to escape. Thanks. Lewis, them seats are the red and black you're sat on. What? The one I'm sat on now? I find it quite comfy. Lewis, just put another quick update on the pages. It reflects about 5 hours of fighting and cussing and adjusting. Yeah. Oh man, I've seen it, and if you just put it up just now, I've probably not seen the new one. But I tell you, man, you've got some patience. You really have got some patience and some skills. That Spitfire is immense, really is. If you're not seeing it, you go over to, I think you're putting it on Saturday Night Crash, aren't you, Joe? Have a look at Joe's Spitfire on there. Yeah. I think I'm right in saying, Joe, you don't actually have any technical knowledge, so to speak, about how the engine and everything's all built up. It's everything you've researched. I know you do a lot of research for your kits, for your models, but it's not like you've actually done the job of repairing like the Merlin engine and rebuilding a Spitfire and everything like that. It is everything that you put your own time into to research the kit to research the plane, the aircraft and everything. Please correct me in chat if I'm wrong. So we've got Kelvin Williamson come in. This is another one of my brothers. He's a work in progress to get into the modelling hobby. I'm sure I can get in there. Got the other one in. I've got Hallam doing it, so we can certainly give it a best shot. Yeah. Question for the chat then. What do you prefer? Do you prefer brush painting or airbrushing? Now, I prefer to brush paint. I find it more relaxing, more therapeutic, but I can't stand it when you do large areas and you get brush marks, brush strokes and everything. If I could eliminate that with a brush, then I wouldn't have the airbrush. But I do, well, actually, I do quite like the airbrush as well. But I think I would rather brush paint than use the airbrush overall. So we've got Athol saying, check out James May's one-to-one large airfix kit. And yes, okay. Yeah, I see that. They've still got it. They had to send it away to be repaired. They had to put metal struts in the undercarriage and everything because it started collapsing. So they actually had to have it repaired. So, Joe, I have not been within 1,000 miles of a Spitfire. In fact, I have not been within 500 miles of any of the aircraft I have built. So, yeah, it's all research that he's done then. And the amount of research he's done for it is phenomenal. So Athol, he likes both brush painting and airbrushing, but he's been brush painting for longer. Yeah, Mike's just saying every way of painting has its place. It certainly does, but I find brush painting quite relaxing and quite therapeutic to a point. You know, I appreciate every type of painting has its place, has its time when it's good to be used. Do you have a type of painting that you prefer? Lewis, when you paint first coat, go one way top to bottom and second coat sideways. I'll give it a go. Shane Youngs, I prefer hand painting. Hand painting is just too much messing about using an airbrush. Use it for 5 minutes, cleaning takes 50. Yeah, I completely agree with you there, Shane. Completely agree. That's why I built all of these bits up, paint it. When I first started using the airbrush, I would literally get a bit off, paint it, clean the airbrush out, and then go on to the next bit. And then I thought, I'm just wasting paint. So I stopped that. I get bits built up, use the airbrush on it, and then clean it. Oh, so we've got Kelvin just saying, not happening, Lewis. I think it means he will do the modelling, but he won't get into the YouTube side. That's what I think he means. And we'll get him in there. We'll get him doing it one day. Use airbrush for large kits and surfaces, otherwise paint by brush, as it's less fuss and touch-ups. Yeah. I mean, with the airbrush, I do like how it gives you a nice finish. Nice smooth finish to it. I think it's mainly the cleaning I dislike of it. See, Lewis, no brush strokes. Yeah. You see, like I say, I'm not proud. I will take advice and help off anyone. But I'm certainly going to be using the airbrush to do the main fuselage. I'm not doing that by hand. Not a chance. So I think that's been tidying up my bench again. No, I'll just not put stuff away. that on. I was going to do the seeds, but I need to leave that to dry now. So, should we take a look at something else? What were we going to look at? We was going to look at. Yeah, I can't really do that. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll put the painting down for now until I have discussed things with my significant other. Oh, we've been going for an hour and 15 minutes, look. What shall we build up next? Should we have a look at the nose cone? So I'm going to be doing this with 1/2 of the fuselage half, clear fuselage half, and the other one not. So Athol, I'm off as a new long haul Larry video needs my approval. ADL Trucking USA. So ta-ta everyone. Yep. Thank you very much for coming, Athol. You take care, buddy. So we'll take a look at that. Again, it's got the rivet detail on the outside, ribs on the inside, and some nubs as well. Take all of them off. Just have a look. Don't really want to cut bits off. I think all of them bits can come off, to be honest. I'll probably get some bigger nippers for them. Andy, sorry, grab by punters again. They're sticky. It's all right, mate. As long as you let them down gently. Tell them, oi, face mask now, out. Oh, more fingers and thumbs on the computer. There we go. Got all of them bits off. All just spraying across the kitchen floor. I'm going away tomorrow, so it's fine. I don't mind. So what did everyone think to the Sunday frolics yesterday, last night? I think some of you watched it, didn't you? I know we had a few technical issues. Still got 8 people watching now. I'm losing viewers. Never mind. So what I'll do is I'll probably call it here. Done an hour. I'll get these bits cleaned up, sanded off, because I know it can't be very fun just sat there watching me sand nubs away. And then I'll come back next week and see where we're at. Hopefully I'll have been granted permission to get the air scale set. We can look at putting that in. And just seeing how much more detail that will give us. Because, yeah, I don't want to go too OT with the aftermarket stuff with this build, but you know what, I want it to look decent. In the day, it is an expensive kit. It's just a shame they've not put any decals in for it. Oh, Shane's saying he'll watch it this evening. It's all right. It's there's no wardrobe issues this week in this one, so it's all decent to a point. And then that decides to say we're going to be talking about adult conversations. Yeah, that went down like you can imagine. So yeah, I think I'm going to call that there. Let's just change it when I can work out how to. There we go, double pressing buttons. Yes. So thank you very much for joining me for another week. We will look at getting them bits done up and sorted and just seeing if we encounter any other problems. I mean, there is some good detail on it as it is. So I'm just a bit upset about the actual control panel. I mean, they are just circles. There's not actually anything, no actual displays or anything that's molded into it. So yes, but thank you very much for joining me. And don't forget to hit the like button if you like what you see, or the thumbs down if you don't, but just let me know why. What can I do? What can I change? What can I do better? You know, because I'm doing this for everyone that's watching, not for any financial gain or anything like that. So it is interesting to know and find out how I can make things better and make it all work. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you hopefully next week. So remember, there's e-models on tonight, 9 o'clock. Philip Prime Tuesday at 8 o'clock. And then I can't remember the others. Nat, I know Nat's got one on Friday at 8 o'clock, Friday Gem. There's Saturday Night Crash at 8 o'clock. And then all day Sunday again for everyone. But yes, thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.